I'm afraid that in surrendering, I'll be overwhelmed by a passion that consumes me, leaving nothing behind. What if all of my fears about you are just the parts of me that are afraid of truly feeling alive? It's strange how you can long for something so much, yet be terrified of what it might do to you once you have it. I'm afraid of being so vulnerable with you, but at the same time, I crave the freedom that comes with it. There's a quiet thrill in knowing that with every moment we share, you're reshaping me in ways I never expected. Every time you touch me, I feel like I'm on the brink of losing myself completely. But maybe that's what I need. I wonder if I'll ever be able to trust myself again after I let you into the deepest parts of who I am. Sometimes I want you so badly, I'm afraid I'll disappear in the process. But the desire to surrender completely outweighs my fear. What if the best version of me only exists when I let you completely break down the walls I've built around myself? I know the risks, but there's something in your touch that makes me want to take the leap into the unknown. The fear of being wrecked by you lingers, but maybe that's the exact kind of transformation I need. I'm terrified of giving myself over to you, but part of me knows that it's the only way I'll ever truly understand what it means to be free. You could change me in ways I'm not ready for, but I can't help but long for the kind of change only you can bring. There's a wild, untamed part of me that wants to fall into you completely, but another part is still holding back, afraid of what I might lose. I can feel the shift inside me as I move closer to you, and part of me is terrified of the person I might become, but I also can't wait to find out. I'm torn between wanting to dive into the unknown with you and holding back, afraid of how deep the current really is. I long to lose myself in you, but I fear I might never find my way back to who I was before. Every moment I'm near you, I feel as though I could be completely undone, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. The thought of you shattering all my walls is both terrifying and exhilarating. I wonder if I'll be strong enough to face it. It's strange how love can feel both like freedom and a dangerous game I'm not sure I'm ready to play. In your arms, I feel the possibility of something life-changing, yet I hesitate, wondering if I'm ready for that transformation. What if loving you completely means letting go of the parts of me I've spent years trying to protect? I'm scared to be open, but I can't help but want to share every piece of myself with you, even if it means losing control. Every part of me wants to surrender, but the fear of being completely overwhelmed holds me back. You make me feel like I could be everything I've ever wanted to be, but at the same time, I fear the price of that transformation. I'm afraid of being exposed in ways I've never been before, but the pull to give myself completely to you is irresistible. What if being with you means I'll change so much that I'll never recognize who I was again? Each kiss feels like it could take me to a place I've never been, and I wonder if I'm prepared for that journey. The deeper I fall for you, the more I fear what might happen when we push past all the limits I've set. I want you so much, it hurts, but I'm afraid that in wanting you, I'll lose the parts of me that I've come to rely on. There's a quiet fear inside me that if I let you in, I might lose sight of who I really am. But that's what makes me crave you more. I can't decide if I am ready to be shattered by you or if I'm scared that once I let go, I'll never be the same. The thought of losing myself in you terrifies me, but also fills me with a longing I can't ignore. Each touch from you promises something I've never felt before, but with it comes the fear that I may be changed forever. What if being consumed by you is exactly what I need to heal, even if it means breaking all my old patterns? I fear that in giving myself to you, I may lose the control I've carefully maintained, but something about that feels liberating. Love should be wild, untamed, and free, yet I can't help but wonder if I'm ready for that kind of freedom with you. The closer I get to you, the more I feel like I'm walking on the edge of something beautiful and terrifying. I'm afraid that once you touch me, I'll lose every shred of myself. But maybe that's the only way I'll truly find myself. Every time we're together, I feel a tension between wanting to be completely yours and fearing the depth of that commitment. There's a part of me that knows I'm not ready for the kind of love you offer, but the part of me that yearns for it grows stronger every day. In your eyes, I see a world where everything I've known could be upended, and I don't know if I'm prepared to enter it. There's a vulnerability in letting someone in so completely, knowing they have the power to change everything about you. I fear losing control in your hands, but I also long to let go and see where it leads. It's strange how much power someone can hold over you simply by being present in the most intimate moments. In your arms, I feel both terrified and exhilarated, as though every touch could alter my world forever. The fear isn't in being loved too deeply, it's in the way your love could shatter all the walls I've carefully built. I wonder if we can ever really be ready for the kind of connection that burns through every fear and insecurity. Every thought of you makes me tremble, caught between wanting you and fearing how much you'll change me. There's something almost sacred in the way love could consume us, so deep it feels like it could ruin me entirely. The uncertainty of what could happen when we give ourselves to each other keeps me up at night. I'm afraid of the depth, the intensity, and the way your love could reach places in me that I'm not ready to show. In the quiet moments before we meet, I'm consumed by the thought of what might happen when our worlds collide. Sometimes, the most overwhelming part of love is not how it feels, but how completely it could change who you are. The thought of you wrecking me in the best possible way is both terrifying and thrilling at the same time. I crave the intimacy, but there's a voice in my head whispering, "Are you sure you're ready for this?" What if loving you completely means breaking down every guard I've ever set up to protect myself? It's easy to say we want all of each other, but when the time comes, I wonder if I'll be able to surrender everything. Each moment with you feels like a risk, yet the pull is undeniable. I think we're both afraid, but somehow I believe that fear will make us stronger together. Love is a wild thing. It can lift you or ruin you, and right now I'm standing on the edge. I long to lose myself in you, but I also fear that I might never find my way back. Every time I think I'm ready, something inside me says I'm not. Yet I still yearn for the plunge. In your eyes, I see a future that's both beautiful and terrifying, one that might completely transform me. I wish I could just let go and let you take me somewhere I've never been, but part of me is scared of what I might find. Loving someone this deeply means trusting them with your heart, and I'm not sure I'm ready to surrender that kind of control. What if the connection we share is so intense it could change everything about who I thought I was? There's a fear in me that once you touch me, I might not be able to hold on to the pieces of myself I've carefully protected. In love, there's always the possibility of devastation, but maybe it's that very risk that makes it worth everything. The closer I get to you, the more I wonder if I'm ready to face what happened when we finally give in. It's funny how much power someone can hold over you simply by showing you a part of yourself you didn't know was there. What if losing myself in you is exactly what I need to heal, but it scares me to admit it? There's a fine line between giving yourself over completely and losing yourself entirely. I'm afraid I'll slip too far. In the heat of passion, I wonder how much of me will remain when it's all said and done. The fear of losing control keeps me from truly letting go, but there's also a quiet hope that in letting go, I'll find something worth the risk. What if we're both afraid of the same thing, that when it's over, we won't be the same people? I dream of losing myself in your embrace, but I wonder if I'll still recognize who I am afterward. I crave the depth, but I fear the aftermath, knowing it could leave me entirely transformed. You could love me so deeply that I'm afraid I'll be broken beyond repair, yet I can't stop wanting you. Each kiss, each touch, feels like it might shift the very core of who I am, and I'm unsure whether to welcome or resist it. Is it possible to love someone so much that it changes you in ways you can't predict or control? There's a part of me that wants to be consumed by you, but another part that's afraid of losing myself in the process. If you take me to the edge, will I be able to come back, or will I be lost in your arms forever? Sometimes I wonder if the fear of being completely overwhelmed by you is just another form of wanting you even more. The closer I come to loving you without reservation, the more I realize how much it could change everything I know about myself. It's terrifying to think that in letting go of my fears, I might discover a part of me I never even knew existed. I don't want to lose myself in you, but I can't help but crave the kind of love that makes me forget everything else.